Hello. Welcome to today's ride. So this is part of Rongai Bakumi with a few other riders from Ongata. So we are going for a ride to Murang'a. So today's ride is we first assembled at Ongata Rongai. So this was our next meeting point to meet the other riders from Ongata and everywhere else. To Wilson. So now we are leaving and we are heading towards Murang'a to experience the Twisties. They call them the Nyoka Road. So we are now leaving, heading towards that place. So that speed bike was part of the escort team. So they just escorted us and wished us well. So normally I need to have somebody to help with traffic. As in Madanga, they are stopping the oncoming traffic. And now our riders joining the road, heading towards town. So basically, we should maintain a close riding together as a group throughout this trip, and hopefully we are going to really enjoy the ride, be able to bond also as a group and share and just do what riders do. So you're welcome to witness this, and hopefully you're going to enjoy this episode. It's a sunny day, and hopefully you're going to really enjoy and join us in this trip, though virtually, and see what riders really get to enjoy as we go on such trips. So even for such rides, you expect riders of different calibers, different types of bikes, those with experience, those with still newbies, and hence we need to ensure that no one is left behind and we're able to ride as a group. So there are also ladies, and there are a few ladies and gents are going for this ride, and it's normally also good as way of also winding down and just bonding with nature as well, because whenever you will go to ride, you'll find really scenic views that even recording can't really do it justice, because and then given now that you're riding the bike, you get to absorb it all, because you're like infused in nature, and the wind blowing through your helmet and everything. It's really fun. I don't think there are words that can really express that feeling, and I think that's what also most bikers do enjoy. So we've been going through Uhuru Highway. We take an exit now towards Thika Road, and hopefully it's around 10 in the morning. So hopefully, don't know how long this journey is going to take, because also we have to ensure everybody is in close proximity. So it's not a race, it's like a tour, and then we'll see what happens, what awaits us in Murang'a. So I'm riding my Able Domina 400, so this bike, I really like it. It's my first bike, so the choice to take it, I think, was the best. I almost took the Taken 250, but then I became more patient, and once I saw a Domina, then so this is the bike, Domina 400. Like the lady in front of me, she is with a CF motor, 300 cc. It's also a very able bike with a lot of features, keyless, whatnot. So these high-end Chinese bikes. So it's also a very nice motorcycle. There are people with even off-road bikes. There are people with we call them the dragsters. For 400 cc, it's one person with a GS, but we're going to meet him when we're near Murang'a, because he stays near that place. And though he is a resident of Ongata Rongai, what we had when he saw the ride was today, I think we also had some activities at Meetup, so that's why we are not journeying together. So we decided that we're going to use the outer lane for Thika Road, to occupy that entire lane as we journey towards Thika, then Murang'a, so that now we don't we ensure other traffic can still use the other part, the rest of the road, and I think that was also a good move. We had that was what formed part of the briefing at Wilson before we left, and so we just use that the outer lane, and ensure there is good flow of traffic, and also wait for each other, the new riders. So the last rider was the sweeper, Maganga, really enjoyed this ride. that's how normally it's supposed to do when you're doing for group ride, and you expect a large group of riders. So just stick on one lane so that you don't impede flow of traffic. Now you see from here, once we take the middle lane, in the event that there are slower moving trams on the outer lane, so we all move into that lane and occupy one lane almost at all times. So if it's the inner lane, we are all in the inner lane, and if you're moving in the outer lane, we are all in the outer lane. So mostly, unless now we're overtaking, or we see it now as the best lane for us to use as a group. And normally we're guided by the rider in front, so that we don't keep changing lanes, and we don't occupy all the lanes at the same time. So this is a toll area as you approach Juja. There's supposed to be there's a toll station for the trucks, but there's supposed to be a toll stations for the road. But I think that was thrown out because there's no alternative route, and you can't make people pay tolls. There's no alternative route. So this is us now going towards Juja. There are two ladies in front of me and the other riders at the back. There are those with speed bikes. I think they sped off. For them, they are waiting for us at the junction towards Murang'a, so that now we don't miss the turn. And now that's the beauty now of riding. Just enjoy the breeze hitting the helmet, and ensure you can see the rider in front of you. Maintain awareness. Back there was so always checking the side mirrors is important. Always checking the side mirrors, and also ensuring the riders in front of you there is a respectable distance, so that in case there is need to brake, you not bump into the rider in front of you. And also check mirrors at all times. If there is any car coming, maybe trying to overtake from your side, so that you stay safe. So it is important to maintain a zigzag formation, whereby the rider is in front of you, is on the other side of the lane, and also the one following you at the back is also on the other side of the lane, such that the event, especially when you're riding very close, in the event that one breaks, there will be a longer distance in front of them. To avoid bumping into the rider in front of you. So that's also what was provided as a guidance before the group ride, to ensure all the riders follow that formation. And the rider in front is always on the lookout for any hazards, a bump, a pothole, or anything, so that they can inform those at the back. In case there is a pothole on the right, they can flex out their right leg, and in case there's a bump, you can raise your hand to indicate a bump ahead, so that those following at the back can also do the same signal to the riders at the back. Then they can brake in time before reaching the bump. So such signals and everything ensures that the ride is safe. And checking always at the mirror, if you see the rider at the back wants to overtake, you can also signal them that you have seen them, they are coming, to allow them to pass you safely. So that's now the beauty of riding as a group. So there's teamwork involved, and always ensuring that those riding with you are safe at all times.
So unafanya nini? Hata tuone kama imewaka. Na ituonyeshe. No, the record to 360.
So we had a brief stop just after the junction leaving to Thika to allow some riders also to take a break. There are those not used to long trips, and also to wait for other riders to join us, and also to ensure they don't make any wrong turn. So this is like the first turn after passing the Thika bridge, so that we ensure the riders as they are coming, those who are not familiar with Murang'a, may not take the wrong turn, so that we start again together as we head towards our the next junction out towards Murang'a. So there was a bit of confusion on which route we were to take. So this particular route is opposite Kenneth Matiba Hospital, heading to Mackenzie Shopping Center. Those with speed bikes were already ahead, so we called them to know which exact route to take. And they told us that it was Kabati Center, so it was a few kilometers ahead. So upon realizing that we were on the wrong route, so we first consulted, and then upon realizing that we were to proceed ahead and branch off at Kabati, so we got onto our bikes again and now went to that junction. this is now Kabati Center. We are to take this road passing through this center, heading towards where we have those Twisties. So hopefully now once we reach there, we're going to see how it goes. But we've also been advised by the team leader not to experiment or to try anything outside our comfort zone. So if there's a speed bike person that can lean their bike at 60 degrees and I can only manage a very slight lean angle, I should only do with what I'm comfortable with. And that has been communicated to all riders so that we ensure safety for everybody participating in this ride. This is Kagundu-ini Center. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Somewhere deep in Murang'a. So we are still passing out through this center as we head towards the Nyoka roads. So hopefully now we are nearing our intended destination, so that now we can have fun, then maybe have a few activities here and there, then after that now ride back towards home. So this is another like a shopping center for the locals, still deep in Murang'a after Kagundu-ini, and so now we are close to our intended destination, I presume. Still don't have a map, so I'm just following the riders in front of me to get to know where we're eventually going to get to the Twisties. It's also my first time, as most of the riders also in the group, though there are some that have already come to this place before. Quite scenic, as you can see. Lush green, beautiful landscape, hilly, mountainous. So that's the character of Murang'a. So I understand why issues of landslides are also common in this place, because it's not flat plain. Most houses are on very inclined slopes and red soil. So that's the nature of this place. Very scenic. The good thing is that it's very sunny, and we are enjoying these small Twisties as we wait now for the grand Twisties when you approach the Nyoka route. So as you can see, the land is sloping towards my right, sloping towards the left. Camera is not doing it justice. The views are stunning. So we reached Karega shopping center, upon which we stopped. So all riders stopped, received briefings on what to expect, because now the Twisties were now ahead of us from Karega, heading towards the other shopping center on the other side of the valley. It's more or less like a valley. So we received briefings on the riders' expectations, and so that now when enjoying these Twisties, we don't end up causing any unnecessary accidents, leaning beyond your capabilities, or and also ensuring we check on traffic, because these Twisties are corners and there may be oncoming traffic, so we take care of that as well. So the brief stop after Gatuya marked the end of our Twisties, and now the plan now was to get somewhere for lunch. And after lunch, we then went to a colleague's, one of the riders' place, where we also had some chit chat and some drinks before heading back to Nairobi. So it was a very interesting journey, trip. The Twisties are really tough. Maybe the camera didn't do as much justice, but it's one of the places you can go even for a solo rider to just unwind. Murang'a isn't that far, especially if you're doing it as a solo rider. You may go a bit faster. Riding as a group requires taking care of all riders, and that means riding also at a slower pace. But all in all, it creates also that sense of community that is now part of the riding community. So this was organized by Ongata Rongai Nyumba Kumi, and hoping now they'll organize more of such events. And if you're a rider and you stay in Ongata Rongai area, look for the group, search for the group. It's a lovely community of riders, people enthusiastic about motorcycles, and you'll be in a good place. So thank you. There are a few photos I'll share so that maybe you see what we did, and subscribe and watch for more videos.